Hello, my most amazing artist. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pendant out of clay. We're going to add our initial to that. That is the letter our name starts with. We're also going to add texture. I have this template. This is going to help me keep the right size and shape. And I'm going to need some clay. We need to break our clay down into two pieces. A smaller piece for the letter and a bigger piece for the base. So I'm going to take my clay, break a piece off, put it to the side. That's for my letter. The rest of my clay I'm going to roll in my hands into a ball or a sphere. And once I have it in that shape, I'm going to press it down into the center of the template. I'm not pounding it, I'm not squishing it all the way, I'm just pressing it lightly so it reaches close to the edge of that circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, you can use your hands, little body weight, just get it about to the sides of that template. Now, I'm gonna add texture. Texture is how something feels or looks like it feels, but we're adding real texture. So we're going to use a texture plate. You could also do this with anything else that has a texture. You could use lace, you could use a doily, you could use the bottom of your shoe, but we don't need to because we have these handy dandy texture plates. I'm going to take the side with the raised texture on it. I made sure I felt it. And I'm going to press that into the clay. Again, not pounding, not slamming, just using my body weight to press into the clay to leave that impression, that print of that texture. Ready? Oh, look at that. We're gonna zoom in. Check that out. Texture. All right. Now, look, see, I have not smushed my clay too thin. It's still a nice thickness. It's about the size of a cookie. That's what you want. I'm gonna start working on my letter. So I did an E because my first name starts with an E. And so I'm going to roll my clay into a coil. Coils are really great for making letters or numbers with our clay. And I'm going to roll back and forth. If it starts getting lumpy, I can give it a little twist. And now I have a nice long coil that I can cut down into smaller pieces to make my letter. I can use tools to do this. If you don't have any clay tools at home, you could always just use plastic silverware, or even a toothpick can be a really good clay tool. I'm going to cut down all those pieces for my letter, and then I need to do something called score and slip. That's how I attach my clay. Scoring is scratching into our clay, and slip is a clay water mixture that basically acts like a glue for our clay. I'm going to need to score or scratch into both pieces, the piece I'm attaching and the piece I'm attaching it to. So here I've scratched into the one piece. Now I need to scratch where I'm attaching it and apply my slip. I can do that with my finger or a tool, and that's my little clay water mix. Now I'm going to stick that piece onto where I scored and smooth it with my fingers. Smooth it all together. Here I'm doing that with every single piece. I sped it up, but you can still see I'm scoring, I'm applying slip, I'm smoothing it, and making sure that all of my clay is really nice and attached on there. See? I can also go in with my tool, add some holes if I want to hang my pendant or turn it into a necklace later. Now it needs to dry. So we're going to wait 1 week for our clay to dry before we can add our color. After a week has passed and our clay is completely dry, then it's time to add color. I'm doing this with watercolor paint today, so I need water to wake up my color. I'm adding a little bit of water, swirling it around, making sure I have lots of color on my brush, and then I can paint. If I'm going to change colors, I need to clean my brush off. I don't want to mix all my colors up on my palette. So to clean my brush, I can wipe it on the sponge, dip it in the water, and make sure it's clean before going to the next color. Once your clay is all dry it's all done, then you can add string or whatever you want to hang your clay pendant. Have fun!